Cyderbaby. This is for Rock Radio UK, and today I'm speaking to a rather good upcoming band, SYPHA. Hello, guys.
Hello, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I'm just, I can always complain, but I could go on for hours doing that. But we're here to talk about you. So, how are you guys?
Yeah, really good. Excited our release is finally out. This feels like quite a big step for us, first EP. Um, and yeah, I think it's just nice to finally show this newer, heavier side of us that we've been kind of keeping under wraps a little bit.
Yes, yes. Let's go across that little subject. I mean, I didn't think you were quite as heavy as you apparently are. I mean, I've been listening to Borderland, which is the EP out today, I believe.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, it's quite a bit louder than the rest of your stuff.
Yeah, it's been definitely a bit of a journey, as they say.
Hmm.
I think the earlier songs were written quite a while ago, to be
Yeah,
fair,
quite a few years ago.
like before, like pre-Cypher, I guess.
Okay.
And I suppose playing live, like making friends in the scene, and I guess like the kind of music we listen to in the band as well. I think going heavier, darker, tuning the guitars a bit lower as well, was just a
Hmm.
bit of, like a natural progression for us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Okay. So, do you think you've settled on your sound, or do you think
I
it's
think
going to
so.
evolve?
Yeah, I think that is something I think there was something slightly missing. I think we enjoyed playing like lighter stuff live.
Hmm.
But I think when you listen to a track, I think as Alfred said, like we listened to quite heavy music ourselves, and I think the passion to do it was always there. I think from at least my point of view, I was not sure if I could. So I think that kind
Right.
of held that back a little bit to begin with. But I guess as we kind of progress as musicians and find out what we like and what we really enjoy playing, then it just went with that really.
Okay. Well, tell me about the starts of sci-fi. I mean, where did it all begin?
Yeah, I mean, so we all went to BIM in
Mm.
Brighton.
Yeah.
Uh, and yeah, we all met, I think, was it for an assessment? We had to be put in a band or something like that. And kind of just realized that we all, into the same music, like playing the same type of music. Um, then after that, just came sort of messing around in like practice rooms, going for pints and stuff like that. And I think we got offered a gig pretty early on where it gave us a bit of a, kick up the backside to sort of get a set list together. I
Mm.
think we had a good few covers in there at the start as well,
Yeah.
just because I think it was like 2 months and it was like you have a gig. Um, so it was all kind of we were sort of thrusted into it, and then from there, yeah, really enjoyed like getting into the Brighton metal and rock scene.
Yeah.
A lot of friends in the way on the way, and yeah, I guess like 2 years later, here we are.
Yeah.
Okay. So what's prompted you then to release an EP? I mean, it's not a long EP, 3 songs.
Yeah, we're just scraping EP.
Yeah, I think we just wanted like a bit more of a body of work to show. I mean,
Mm.
we do have like a habit of writing songs and sitting on them for a while and kind of I think we were really keen to initially get ourselves out there in the live scene
Yeah.
and then I think we caught on a bit after like actually, when we speak to people and they're like, "Oh, your music's really good," and they want to go and find it, there isn't much there. So
Mm.
I think our mindset just changed a little bit over sort of the past year and yeah, 2024 we were just quite keen to actually get out a lot of the
Mhm.
songs that we've been working on. So I think obviously it's still only a short EP, but I think we're already kind of in the process of writing for the next one to come out this year. So yeah, if not a longer EP, potentially an album, we'll see.
Oh, now that sounds interesting. Albums are a tricky subject, especially for young bands now, because A, it costs so much to record and produce an album, but also you can have like half a dozen great songs on that album, but not picked up on like the Spotify even playlists or Apple playlists. So it's a bit like singles are the way, seem to be the way forward, which is seemingly what you've done with the EP Borderland, sorry, um, because they've
Yeah,
all been singles so far up until the After Party, which is released today as well. Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, what's your thoughts on the album then? Do you think it's going to be basically 8 or 9 singles in a row, then maybe a couple of bonus tracks on the album?
I mean, it's difficult because I think the way we've sort of seen like the music, what do you say, marketing world, I
Mm,
suppose. Yeah, it has become very much single based. And
yeah,
so our aim, well, we would love to release a song every month, but I
yeah,
don't know if we have the kind of budget or time for that. Um, so I think having an album for us is because we're just constantly writing music and we love doing it. And like Alicia said, like we play these songs live and we're so proud of them and we love them so much. And when people hear them live, sometimes they really like them too. And for us, it is more about having just more stuff to show people and give people.
yeah,
Um, so I think it's a bit of a balance where, this EP was good because we could go single EP. Maybe the next step is, 4 singles and then another, 3 or 4 on the album, perhaps.
yeah.
Um, it's just sort of, balancing that, I guess.
Yeah, I think we don't want to leave people too long without a song as well, because obviously like the hype kind of dies down a bit. So yeah, I
Mm,
think we definitely would still release like one every 2 months at least kind of thing. And then yeah, hopefully have when we finally release the album or the EP, then there'll be yeah, a few more on there that people can listen to.
okay, okay. So let's go back to Borderlands because Dirty Floor opens it up. Tell me about that track.
That one was it was written quite a while ago, or at least the kind of like elements of it were. Like we had the riff for quite a while and we absolutely loved it, but we just couldn't put anything else with it. And we just knew that we wanted to use that. But I think we tried like at least three choruses before we landed on one that we actually liked. So when we played it live and people heard it live, they'd heard like at least like two iterations of it
Yeah.
before the one that actually released. So although we'd been playing it for fairly a while in our set, like I think it was still quite new to people because they didn't really know how it was going to sound. But yeah, I think it was a really nice way to start off the EP. I think it introduced the slightly heavier side that, particularly from my end as well, like vocally, that we kind of wanted to kind of dip into and just uh put out there just to see if people liked it.
Mm. And then along came Limbo
Yes.
with his
Yeah,
video as well.
yeah, it's based on a manga and Netflix series called Alice in Borderland.
Yeah.
That's where a lot of the lyrical themes come from. But from a music perspective, writing it, I just knew I wanted something just like fast and frantic. I had the image in my idea of just like what would be really fun to see live and play live as well.
Mm.
Uh, and so that's why it's just really fast. And you've got this like big siren going on because I just wanted something just in your face and just scare people a little bit. Um,
Yeah, I think it's probably like, at least from us two, it's probably our favorite from the EP. But I
Right.
think it's the biggest one we wrote. We did write it specifically for a gig. We were doing Metal to the Masses at the time, and we made it to the finals. So we did want to kind of like showcase a brand new song. And yeah, I think that was probably the quickest one we wrote of that. But because we really liked it, we're like, let's just release that now. Like that one felt ready. So yeah, we'd already had quite a lot of the concept behind it. And yeah, I think when we got it back from the producers, we were just so excited of how it sounded. We actually originally were going to do the music video for the after party, but we loved
Right.
Limbo sounded so much that we were like, now let's swap it. Let's just do the music video for this one.
Okay. Who was in charge of the video? Is it sort of like left to the third party, or did you have ideas what you wanted to put out there?
Yeah, I had a lot of ideas in my head. Like, as Alfred said, I was quite heavily inspired by Alice in Borderland. So a lot of the lyrical themes came from that, and I already had some like imagery in my head because of that.
Mm.
Again, we wanted it to feel, I think, like we love our music video for World's End as well, but I think it's a distinctly different song. So we wanted it to be quite fast and exciting and very different to our first one. So yeah, we definitely had ideas going into it, but we just chuck everything at Loki, so Sean, um, Loki Films, who we worked with. And he just brings it to life, really. If we put out a shit idea, he'll tell us it's shit. Or he'll come up with good ideas. So yeah, no, he's great to work with.
Yeah, he's so cool as well because like on the day, I mean, we're not the coolest of people anyway, but we film it all like all day and then it comes back like a week later and I'm like, oh my God, we look absolutely sick. This is awesome. So here's like editing and his kind of like creativity in the studio, I suppose,
Mm.
just absolutely completes it. Yeah, we're absolutely blown away by the final product.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is good. It is good. So I urge anybody who's listening here or watching this little video, go check it out. I might put it on, I might put a link with it as well. So yeah. Okay, moving on to the after party then, the final track, third and final track.
Yeah.
Come on.
I think this is probably the oldest track in the set, maybe. I had the riff in my head for years and I could never really place it anywhere. And I was wondering like where does it go in the verse, where does it go for a chorus, blah blah blah. And in the end, I mean, if you can kind of notice in the verse, it is just the guitar riff just kind of in half. And I
Mm.
think it worked in the end. It's got that kind of more like punky attitude that we always have like deep down as well.
Yeah.
A bit more fun, I suppose, than a
Yeah,
lot of our tracks.
I think it's one of the most fun tracks to play live. So when we played it live, we were like, oh, this is so good, we need to record this. And I think that was our only concern, was trying to make it sound as big in the recording as it does live. Because like you say, it's a bit more raw, it's a bit more
Mm.
like punk elements coming into that. And it's not the most, I guess, technical song compared to the other two, maybe. But yeah, no, I think we got a nice balance of everything we wanted to showcase across three of them. So yeah, it was a nice one to finish with.
Okay, cool. Right. With every band, the live performance is the key to everything. I think that's why you get up on stage to do it, is to be in front of an audience. Um, I assume you've got some gigs coming up.
Yeah, we do. So in Brighton, we've got one on the 8th of March at Dalton's.
Yep.
Um, and actually in February, we're in London at the Cart and Horses on the
Right.
9th of February, which is February the 9th, Sunday the 9th, sorry.
Yeah.
And then after that, we've got a couple of festivals booked. We're at Breaking Bands Festival and we're also at Hammerdown Festival this year as well. So super
Right.
excited.
Yeah, we get
Okay.
to finally tick off another venue in Brighton. It's at Chalk. So yeah, we're really excited about that one.
Yeah. I assume now that you're actively open to looking for other gigs to play. Brighton has got, like you said earlier, a very good metal scene, but where else do you think you would like to go and play and be seen? Because, there's some places out there, like let's say Nottingham and places like that, they've got a hell of a good scene,
Mm,
you know.
Yeah, we definitely thought about that. I think it's been hard because like initially we haven't had we get the train everywhere. We don't have a van driver, so we've been a bit restricted to the South Coast. But I think that's going to change. And we've got plans to go out to the wider UK. We do want to do basically build a kind of UK tour around Breaking Bands Festival because it's in Bromsgrove. So we thought, whilst we're significantly out of Brighton already, let's see
yeah.
all the places we can hit. Because as you say, like Nottingham, Leeds, there's a lot of places on our radar that we really want to play, and I think this is the year that we're finally going to do that.
Definitely. I mean, if nobody's heard you before, and I hate putting people in boxes, pigeonholing bands, whatever. I mean, your sound, where would you tell people to go and like pigeonhole your sound?
It's so difficult. It's always so
It
difficult
is.
because our influences are so wide as well. Like I like for myself, I go like pretty heavy. I'm into like death metal and like
Mm,
Motorhead's my favorite band. That comes through sometimes, and Architects and things like that. Whereas like Will, our bass player, loves Green Day, so that's where the punky elements come
mm.
in.
I've
Yeah,
got I've got a mixed bag of stuff. I'm obsessed with Poppy at the moment. She's incredible. But
yeah.
I still love McFly, so I'm all over the spectrum with influences, yeah. But
Moving swiftly on.
I mean, they're at download this year.
Yeah, there you go.
Well,
I know, I can't knock it, can I?
but
I, I mean,
I,
go on, sorry,
no,
I'm
I mean, yeah,
interrupting.
to pigeonhole us, like it's difficult. We all in our sort of emails and like outreach and stuff like that, we just say energetic metal.
Yeah, we do. They were just yeah,
Okay.
we get called loads of different things. We get called new metal, metalcore,
Mhm.
alt metal. So we'll take all of it really. Like we don't really want to be restricted to one specific genre. I think we've got too many ideas to do that. But yeah, call us what you want really. As long as it's in the genre of metal, I think we'll be fine.
I mean, to my mind, I'm going to put you in sort of like in a little a cusp of bands like Kite Thief and Marissa and the Moths and Primer, who are the heavier end of that stuff. I mean, you would if there was like a walking festival, should we say, going around the countryside with those three bands and yourselves, I think you'd be a perfect fit for that.
Awesome. Yeah, we played with Prima before.
Have you?
Uh,
You
yeah,
unlucky people, you. I know them very well.
they were lovely. Kent as well. Our bass player's from Kent.
Mm.
No, we don't mention Primer. I'm still in therapy.
Uh,
But no, I mean, yeah, I mean, it would be good to see you guys like on tour. Well, maybe yourselves and Prime are just doing a rounds.
Yeah,
yeah,
absolutely. Yeah, we'll
we would
think
love
about
that. Yeah,
Yeah,
if you're listening.
that.
I'll give them a message in a minute. Uh, I'm just trying to think what else. I've got loads of questions in my mind here, but where to take this? Um, Future plans. I know we've covered like the album or EP or whatever this coming year. I mean, where do you see yourselves in about 3 or 4 years?
I think a big goal of ours is I know like we haven't quite gone off the South Coast yet, but a big goal of ours is to like go into Europe.
Mm,
Um, I think when looking at our like YouTube comments and like Spotify analytics and stuff like that, we do have quite a lot of like our audience come from Germany and France and Belgium and places like that. So I'd love to go out and meet them all as well.
yeah.
I just think it'd be a really cool sort of like not even like anything to bring success or whatever to the band, but just something cool for the band
That's
to
an
do and like
experience,
yeah, an
yeah.
ex experience, I guess. Like so I'd love to do that just on a personal level anyway.
Okay. And how about you?
Yeah, I think similar to that. I mean, it is something we've already spoken about. So hopefully, yeah, in the next 3, 4 years, like that will definitely be a possibility.
Mm.
I mean, it's always to have obviously more music, as much music out there as we possibly
Mm,
can, shove in people's faces. Um, but just also, I think just having like getting a bit bigger in the festival scene, that's always a goal. And I think we're kind of like starting to kind of get ourselves onto a few more lineups. So hopefully that can just kind of keep progressing over the years. Yeah.
okay, okay. So the lifeblood of all bands are the social medias and the merchandise sales and stuff like that. So where can people go and find you?
They can find us across most social media. Instagram is probably the biggest one. We're on TikTok as well, Facebook, YouTube. Yeah, you
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
just the kind of standard. We don't have, unfortunately, we don't have a website yet to sell merch that way. So it is just at live shows. But there you go. That's another goal to add to the next couple of years.
Okay, guys, it's been fantastic to speak to you, and I do hope to catch you live soon. Um, all the best with this EP, and keep me informed because I'd like to keep a close eye on what you're doing because I think you're going to go quite a way.
Oh,
Thank you so much. No, I
thank
really
you.
appreciate you taking the time and having us on.
No worries. Cypher, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.